I'm ZWade and welcome to this month's printing show. In this show, I pull one of my prints off the wall or from storage and we talk about what it was shot on, why it was shot, what I was thinking, how I felt about it, what kind of paper is it shot on. All of this to relay the importance of getting your work on paper. It's cool for people to go on Instagram and see your work, but nothing compares to somebody stopping and studying the work that you put out and actually looking at it and observing it. It's not a quick look at it on their phone and say, oh, that's cool. They have to stop and they look at all the corners and they really take it in. That is what photography is really about. Today, we have one of the few images on my wall that is not fairly large. This is a real small print. I think this is maybe like a, God, I don't even know what this is. This is kind of an odd size. And this was really just done, I think, on some kind of generic luster paper or like some kind of semi-gloss or something like that. I probably just got the paper from Walmart or something like that. But this image was shot on a Nikkormat EL with probably a 50mm AIS lens or something like that. Maybe, just maybe, the Nikon 105mm f2.5 or something like that. I'm not real sure. But the story behind this image, I wanted to try to get a picture of lightning with a film camera, and the film camera I had at that time was the Nikkormat EL. That's the only film camera I had. And so I just focused at infinity, I think, and I just waited for lightning to strike during the storm. And I laid on my belly on the bed of my truck, and I just shot until I didn't have any film left every time lightning would strike, and I had no idea whether I actually had it or not. Then I sent the film off to the Darkroom, which is an online service for developing film because nobody locally develops film anymore. And the Darkroom is faster than Davinci Photo, which is here in Kansas, but they're always backed up. And whenever you send those off, they develop them, and then they send you digitals first before they send back the negatives. And from that digital is where I printed this from. I didn't do any adjustment to it at all. I just left it the way it was. And so I consider this me getting lucky. I think the Nikkormat EL, if I remember correctly, has like a 0.002 of a second shutter or something like that. And so I really do consider this me being lucky and just, timing it well, I guess. As soon as I saw it, I took the picture and just prayed. I prayed that it was good. And for what it's worth, this is the only one in that whole roll of film. This would be Ilford 400, I think, maybe HP5. It would basically be impossible to see in this image, but in my opinion, the coolest part is actually right here at the top, where there is a little glow from the lightning in the clouds, where it like breaks through. It looks like it's breaking through the clouds, and it's just a little bit brighter right there at the very top of that lightning strike. Sure, not a crazy image, but this is an image with a story. I laid out there on the bed of my truck in a light rain that kind of started to turn to a drizzle with a one roll of film and a really old camera and manual focus lens. And I just shot and prayed that one of them would turn out good, and one of them did. Not everything has to be a masterpiece, but the whole point of this show is to talk about the story, the reason why. And my reason why was I just wanted to see if I could do it. Not everything has to be the greatest thing ever. It just had to be a heck of a good time when you were doing it. And that was a heck of a good time when I was doing it. So if you like shooting film, I'm not sponsored by the Darkroom, but the Darkroom is a good service. They have a good turnaround. And so I'll go ahead and put a link to them in the description if you want film developed. Now, if you're shopping for a printer, you want to get into printing yourself because you realize how incredibly important it is to get your work on paper. There's another link in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra. I get a little bit of a commission. It helps out the channel if you decide to buy your printer from that link. If you're not quite ready to buy a printer, the printing service that I was using before I bought a printer for myself was Printique. They do use good paper. They use good ink. I wouldn't send you there if they didn't. The service and the quality is excellent, which is why I always used Printique before I bought a printer, and I still do use Printique sometimes if I want something bigger than I can produce in my printer. Or if I want something that's maybe not on paper, they have options for that too. If I had to name this photo, I guess I would just kind of call it lucky. I'm ZWade, the ZWade, and ZWade Photo. Stay sharp, YouTube.